Ladies and gentlemen, that was Digital Bounds.
Box of Memories.
Box of Memories. And they are from Colombia.
Chocolate covered.
And this is the end of our music portion.
No
of
more
the show.
Musical interlude.
Brought to you by Eye Pluggers. Thank you.
It seems like the Rev is going to sock it to me.
I'm not going to sock anything.
Said he's got a lot of stuff left to talk about.
Comey said a lot of things yet.
Well,
I thought some of them were interesting and some of them were more interesting.
So I got to prepare myself here.
Not a big deal. Did you hear what Comey said about all the newspaper articles?
No.
He said all those articles the papers have been publishing are all lies. None of them are true about anything. And then the guy said, how about the New York Times article? Lies.
Washington Post?
Lies, all of them.
Well,
He said the problem is when you get leaks and the people that are reading the leaks and the people who sent the leaks don't know how to interpret them. When they interpret them, they don't know what they're doing. So they're incorrect. They're all incorrect. And he also said that Trump was not involved in investigations.
Well, I know he said Trump at the time was not involved in was not being investigated. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Trump was not being investigated.
So I'm sure it didn't change in the last 5 days, 10 days. Like, nobody takes anything for it. You think he's now being investigated? It's possible, but I doubt it.
Listen, according to the journalists on on cable,
Mm-hmm.
this won't be resolved for months, if not a few years down the road.
Yeah, basically they have to wait for the what do you call it?
Mueller has to collect all of his information and interview everybody he's got to interview.
Yeah, I understand that. I agree with you. So why does the Senate have to have all these separate investigations?
Well, that's what the Republicans were saying at the beginning. The Congress was going through all kinds of crap because of Nunes, okay? And it was said that Congress was having problems, but the Senate was pretty much in agreement. Mark Warner, the Democratic ranking member, and Burr, the chairman, get along very well, and they're very much in sync as to questions and what they want to do, But
the problem
at that time, they had already named Mueller as a. The difference is that the Senate doesn't have the right
to do investigations,
to prosecute,
mm-hmm.
and sentence people to,
I don't think they sentenced them. They just.
But the independent prosecutor has the right to find people guilty, and they said even if they find Trump guilty of certain things, they've never sentenced the sitting president before. It's just for history purposes, basically.
And the history could actually give himself immunity, not immunity, what are they called? When he releases, he gives all those president could pardon himself.
Well, either way, it still goes down in history. It's recorded in history.
No, but
if he is found
guilty.
Yeah.
But why? So why do they need the Senate? I mean, the Congress has so much work to do, and they're wasting all the time with this crap. Let the guy Mueller do his job. He's paid to do it.
Well, but the Intelligence Committee that's their job. That is their job.
No, Mueller's is just doing it now.
But the Intelligence Committee, their job is to do exactly what they're doing now.
Yeah, no, but they don't have to, now that they have Mueller.
But don't you see, a lot of this, This is just what Trump wants because it deflects from what
He doesn't
really
want
has
it.
to be done.
He doesn't want this. He wants the Congress back working. He can't get anything done. Nobody wants
He
this.
won't get anything done.
Well, definitely this way he's trying to. You may not like what he's trying to do, but he's trying to do things. And he's done a lot of things. But, you know, everybody... And also, did you hear what Trump said about the investigation to Comey? Comey said this. Comey said...
Wow.
The president said, please continue the investigation and find whoever is guilty, if it's my people or whatever it is.
I know. He wants to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
It's what any other president would say the same thing. He wants to know if his people... He wants to know if his campaign people are guilty of certain, things with Russia.
Yeah.
You know, because if they are, he wants them to be prosecuted.
Yeah.
I understand that. That's so.
Well, if he's in there involved in this himself, why would he want them continuing investigations?
Comey didn't say that he had any evidence that Trump was involved in anything.
But if Trump felt guilty of anything, he wouldn't push him to continue.
Trump can't swear for Manafort.
I'm not talking about anything else. If Trump felt like he did something wrong.
But they already said that so far he hasn't.
Right. So now, and he's pushing to have the committee done. So Trump is out of it. That's what the Republicans say. Okay, he's out of it because, you know.
Well, there's one part where, like I said, this is where the he said comes in. When Trump supposedly said to Comey, is there anything you could do for Flynn? He's got a bad rap and he's a nice guy, and can you do anything about the investigation? And Comey
felt that was a direct order.
He interpreted it coming from the president as, well, I think this is what he wants me to do.
But he didn't do it anyway.
Well, no, he didn't, and he didn't say it exactly, in that way or whatever. So that's the only thing, because that would be obstruction of justice.
It's not. Unless you said, I want you to do it.
All I said was...
It's not obstruction.
Huh?
That's the same guy that you were reading today from the law school.
Jonathan Turley.
Yeah. You take it to court. If possible, can you do this for me? That's not saying you must do it. You can interpret it any way you want.
Except for one thing. If the president came to you and said something like that...
Can you do me a favor?
You would expect that he wants you to do it.
But depending what it is. And if Trump got upset about it, didn't listen to him, he would have came back to him a second time. Trump didn't say anything after that. Never approached him about it anymore.
Well,
he asked him, and that was the end of it. It's not like he came back. You didn't listen to me. This is, he never came back to him, and that's what Comey said.
Look, like I said, a lot of this has to be. There's a lot more that people that have to testify. Look, they want to listen to Kushner. See about his dealings with the Russians.
Yep, let him. But let one person investigate and let everybody else work.
Why would Kushner want to set up a back channel with Russia, but do it from the Russian embassy, which is considered Russian territory?
What do you mean? I don't know. To where?
It's like the red phone. It used to be, between
to where? From the Russian embassy to where?
To Putin.
From which embassy? From the Russian embassy?
Kushner wanted to use the Russian embassy as a back channel.
I didn't hear
between.
That was. I know, but it wasn't the embassy.
He was using. He wasn't doing it from the White House or anything like that. He was doing it. He wanted to do it from the embassy.
They were questioning why he needed a back channel. It had nothing to do with what was being done.
Well, go to Google and
I'm
type
going
in
to.
back channel.
Yeah, of course what I'm going to
I
do.
demand it.
And I agree with you because I read about it today. I studied today all day. I didn't have to work, so I got all my facts today. Right, ladies and gentlemen?
Trying to make me look like a fool, huh?
No, just you always make a fool of me, so today I decided it's time for a little bit of payback, Doc. I'm tired of all this. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I am independently independent.
Yeah, like my friend Eddie.
What about Eddie?
But he's like you.
I've never voted for anybody but Democrat in my life, just so you know. All my life. Every person I voted has been a Democrat. But I will not necessarily vote for a Democrat if I don't like him.
You know who I voted for governor?
Pataki?
For the first time. No. Between Cuomo and all those other people, the rent is too damn high. I forgot his name, the black guy. Because I don't trust Cuomo.
Okay.
Cuomo is not his father. I met his father. Okay, his father was. I would trust him, with my life, Mario. But Cuomo, Andrew, I wouldn't trust.
Okay, so what's the guy's name? Ziegler?
Who?
Guy that was doing the back channel.
Just type in Kushner and Russian back channel.
Kushner.
K.
Kushner or Kirshner?
Kushner.
Not like Jeff Kirshner.
No.
Kushner tries to set up back channel. What's it called?
Back channel. Just what it says.
With Russia. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was Jared Kushner's attempted back channel? I can't see the rest. You got to
open it up.
You got to open it.
PBS okay for news? The most liberal there is?
What was that?
PBS okay for the news? The most liberal
Yeah, I like PBS, yeah.
The most liberal in the world? Jared Bush's reported attempt to establish a back-channel line of communication between Russia and Donald Trump's presidential transition team is proving divisive, even if such talks aren't unusual.
Supporters of the president say it's laudable that Kushner, Trump's son-in-law and trusted advisor, was working even before the inauguration to foster better relations with Russia. Critics say it's a matter of context and timing. They call it a giant and arrogant step over the line, perhaps even treasonous, for a private citizen, which is what he is, to try to set up covert communications with a hostile power like Russia, particularly after the U.S. intelligence agencies accused Moscow of trying to interfere